So today I'm going to show you guys how to clean up aluminum components from your engine bay that oftentimes build up lots of oil residue, road grime, things like that, and can be pretty challenging to clean down. Easiest if you can get them out of the car, but not necessary. Mostly because the method I'm going to be using does ask you to kind of wipe down afterwards and make sure that the residue's gone. But that being said, I have the Supercharger pulled from my 2000 XJR. Waiting on a couple parts to come in and figure why not do a bit of a cleaning on it to see if I can get it to brighten up and look a little bit better before I put it back in. So that being said, I'm going to show you the method that we're using today. It's pretty straightforward and uses actually a household product that is pretty easy to get a hold of. So as you can see here, the blower, it's not terrible, but it does have quite a bit of this, just kind of like loose dirt buildup, things like that. But the more challenging stuff are some of these little kind of oxidation and kind of not necessarily corrosion, but just like this more ingrained buildup and stuff here. So there's a couple different steps to this, and it's honestly pretty quick. It takes a little bit of elbow grease, but the end result I think is going to be well worth it. So the first step is going to be coming through and lightly knocking off any of this kind of loose dirt with a wire brush. But you want to use one that has brass bristles, and you want to go very lightly. All of these kind of cast aluminum parts will have different, reactiveness to this. So some things will be extra sensitive to this. Some things will be actually quite resilient to it. You want to, do the standard thing of testing it in an inconspicuous area. But the biggest deal is, again, if you go lightly, your goal is just to knock this stuff off. But oftentimes, like a plastic bristle brush may not be quite enough. If you do have one, always start with a plastic bristle one. If you don't, give it a go with a brass bristle one and just go light. It seems to be working just fine on here. So let me show you an example here. But if we get into like this crevice here, and just really, really gentle, I mean almost no pressure at all here, and just letting the bristles do the work, and it's knocking the worst of that off, as you can see, and it's not leaving any like scarring or scratching or anything like that. The only difference you're seeing there is there's cleaner versus dirtier spots, which that'll even out when we get to the next phase of this. So I'm going to go over and just try and remove as much of the loose dirt as I can using this old guy here, and then we'll move into the next phase, which is what really is going to wake this thing up. So this is what it looks like after just knocking the worst of the dirt off. Basically, again, just the goal of removing any excess physical debris, things like that. Mine was relatively grease-free, so you may need to give yours a wipe down with like some soap or something like that, just to try and free up any of that stuff. You'll notice I haven't done the snout here. Honestly, it's not worth me doing the snout because I have a new one on the way. So I'm going to see what the condition of that one is when it arrives. My guess would be pretty clean because it's coming from being rebuilt, and that's actually why I'm going through and cleaning this up, because I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm going to get this lovely clean snout and have a grody blower otherwise. So that being said, the next phase is going to be actually the kind of finishing step of this, and that is using this Barkeeper's Friend product. So it's actually an abrasive, much like other polishing compounds and things like that, but it is designed to work on a variety of different surfaces, one of which is aluminum. So I've tested a little bit of this, and it seems to work relatively well. So the next step is basically going to be using a microfiber cloth here, and just a little bit of this at a time, and just working small areas just to try and brighten up any of the spots that have some of this corrosion and so on here. So all this stuff that you see here, the goal is to try and remove that and see if we can't get that to brighten up. So I'm going to give a portion of this a once over, and I'll show you some results. Hopefully do a little bit of side by side so you can see. Hopefully you guys won't run into what I ran into, which is I don't have a super fine wire brush on me at this time, which thought I did, but apparently I do not. So my kind of clunky one was not able to get into some of these nooks and crannies. So I'm going to have to come up with a little bit of a different way to remove some of this, but for the time being, I'm going to work on some of these surfaces that are ready to go, and presuming for good results here, then we will continue to move on to finding a way to get that debris out and then working the back and everything here. Because as you know, on the X308s, the hood opens the other way. So you might be thinking that most people will be looking at the blower from this angle, but that is not the case. At best, people will probably be seeing it from maybe this angle, and in reality, most people are seeing it from the side or even slightly from the back, thanks to having the clamshell style hood. So that being said, I'm going to get into this, and we will see how it brightens up. Alright, now that is a good result. So obviously a lot more to go, but I wanted to just pause for a second and show you. So you can definitely see the areas that I've worked here. So all of these sections here, this surface here, this surface here. I purposely left this region and this rib right here so you could see them side by side. You see the difference? This is what we were cleaning off, and it's coming up as just bright natural aluminum. So basically, I mean, this seems to be a pretty effective method. It's even, as you can see here, where I knocked off some of the worst dirt and stuff which sat underneath the outlets for the blower here. I knocked the worst of it off with the brush, and even left some brush marks in it and everything like that, but I think, again, that was just in the dirt itself, not the actual aluminum. And as I start to clean it up, it comes up nice and bright, and as I would presume it left the factory. So still running into trouble getting into these nooks and crannies. I'm going to play with a couple methods of trying to get in there, seeing if I can use some sort of poking device with the cloth at the end, or might see if I can try and find a toothbrush or something like that to get into there, just because I know those will bother me even though no one will ever see them. But that being said, I'm going to delve in and see if I can finish this thing up, and not necessarily going to make you watch the whole thing because obviously there is a lot of blower still to go over, but that being said, I'm looking forward to showing you the end result, and hopefully this thing will be bright and shiny. Alright guys, this is it. I managed to finish the cleaning on the body of the Supercharger, and as you can probably see in the background, the timing was perfect as my new snout just arrived in the mail today. The shipping was actually quicker than expected from the UK. It didn't seem to get caught up in customs or anything like that. So basically, the next video, which I will try and link in the description here, is going to show you how to swap out the snout on your blower here. Pretty straightforward, and at the same time I also have a video on how to change the oil on the Supercharger as well. That being said, as you notice, I didn't clean the snout on mine. I'm stripping this back as a core, and they all do that anyway, so there's no point in me sending them a cleaned one. And this one has the 10% increase smaller pulley on there, and as you can see, they've machined away material on the blower snout here to let the smaller pulley fit. There's two common sizes. One of them is about a 1.5 pounds of boost increase, and I believe this one is about a 2.5 pound of boost increase. So, you know, in the end, I was going back and forth, and I decided if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it properly. And, you know, and then, you know, I had a little bit of play in the bearing here. It's not too bad. There's no like slop or slack, but it just doesn't give the resistance that I would want from a bearing. And now that I've received this, I'm very glad I did. This is rebuilt with new bearings, new coupler. I mean, it's brand new other than the actual housing itself. And the improvement just in the tightness of the assembly is definitely confidence inspiring in comparison to what I had going on here. So now I feel like when I bolt that snout onto this body, it's going to look minty. And even though you can only see a little bit of it, I think with the cleaning I've done in the engine bay and you know, the intercoolers all getting cleaned up and everything like that, I'm quite excited for the end result. So Anyway, appreciate you guys sticking along. Hopefully this showed you how to clean up some of your aluminum parts and things like that. Again, this can be used for other types of parts, but for me, I was using my supercharger as an example. And if you're interested in seeing more, please do subscribe to the channel, root around in there, and you'll see some of the other cool stuff that we're doing with the Jag. Hopefully by the time you check this out, we'll have it back together and be road testing it and seeing some of the performance gains. So thanks again. Always appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next video.